Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Scoop. Today, as you can see by the title, we are going to be analyzing how the Bucs defense can stop the Chiefs offense as a Super Bowl preview. Now, before we get into the video, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, and if you haven't subscribed, we really appreciate it, and it really helps us grow because that's our goal, to get this out to as many people as possible. So we really appreciate you for watching, and if you enjoy, make sure to stick around. Unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that, right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be facing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl this Sunday. I think probably the main storyline going into this game is Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, against his potential successor, Patrick Mahomes. One of the non-talked about storylines are the defenses, and especially, I think one of the biggest storylines that are really going underlooked is Patrick Mahomes versus that Bucs defense, which I feel like will be a very good matchup. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Mahomes will put up 30 or 40 or whatever, because that offense, especially in the playoffs, is so dangerous and almost unstoppable. I feel like the Bucs actually could have a good reason to maybe have a chance at really stopping this Chiefs offense. Let's first get into what happened last time they played. You know, the Chiefs did play the Buccaneers week 12 during this season, and the Chiefs won 27-24. That game will be most famous for Tyreek Hill going for 7 receptions for 203 yards in the first quarter, which was huge. You saw Carlton Davis and that Bucs defense really get burned, and you're thinking, oh, aren't the Chiefs, even though they only put up 27, they were dominant, so you think, oh, aren't the Chiefs going to do the same thing as they did last time and dominate the Bucs? I'm going to say no. I think it's going to be a very, very different game, because the Buccaneers defense, as you know, they started off very slowly. They went down 17-0 in the first quarter. However, in the next 3 quarters, they would only give up 10 points, which against the offense as formidable as the Chiefs is very good. In the first half, the Bucs defense ran single high shells 55% of the time, which again is not very good against Tyreek Hill, who can really just dominate single high shells because there's really no safety help for when he can inevitably bust a corner because of his pure speed and acceleration, which he did to Carlton Davis in the first quarter. The second half, they used 2 high shells 80% of the time. They did a very good job of adjusting, and when they did that, they actually did a very good job of containing that high-flying Chiefs offense. I mean, again, the Chiefs offense lives off of big plays, and the Bucs defense, when using that cover 2 look, was very formidable at really stopping that. Not that simple. Obviously, the Chiefs can hurt you in a number of ways, and just playing cover 2 every play won't work against a quarterback as smart as Mahomes. But it definitely made a huge difference, because by using their cover 2, they were able to use their really good safeties, Jordan Whitehead and Antoine Winfield, to bracket Kelce and Hill and really kind of slow down that Chiefs offense. And Todd Bowles will know and go into that, watching that game, and saying, we were very successful using that 2 high shells look, and they might go to that again, especially considering how big of a game this is. Of course, the Chiefs will also make adjustments, knowing that, okay, they did a much better job to cover 2 high shells against us, so they might utilize the short passing game. But what the Buccaneers are going to try to do, the defense, is they're going to make someone else besides Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce beat them, which other teams haven't really been able to do. But I feel like the Bucs have the best chance. One, they're so well-rounded at every unit, but especially a big part of that is the safety unit. Like I said, Whitehead and Winfield. Those two have been absolutely fantastic over the entire season, but especially if you really want really good safeties when you're playing a team as good as the Kansas City Chiefs, because obviously I think you need safeties really to beat them, because you need safeties that can bracket their really good weapons. As you have one who's one of the most intelligent and physically dominant tight ends in history, and Travis Kelce, who knows where to go to get open. So you're going to need someone to bracket him well. But then you have one of the most speediest athletes in NFL history, who's also very smart. He combines his great speed, acceleration, and agileness, and has really good route running, which makes him almost unstoppable. So you have to double team both of them. And that's what the Bucs did. So they had to trust Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy Bunting to really take on McCall Hardman and Sammy Watkins, which they were able to do. Make their game plan a bit different if they're going to have to adjust to a Bucs defense that is very smart. They're a very smart team. They have a really good defensive coordinator, top 5 in my opinion, Todd Bowles, former Jets head coach. And when you look at this Bucs defense, you know who they really remind me? Current Jets head coach Robert Saleh, his defense back in San Francisco last year. They did a really good job of containing Patrick Mahomes for 3 quarters, allowing him only 10 points and picking him off twice. And the Bucs defense really have the tools unit. They have a really good front four. They have good linebackers, and they have a good secondary, as previously mentioned. Again, I don't think they're just going to hold them to 10 points over the whole entire game, even 3 quarters. But this team is very underlooked, and I feel like they could really slow down that high potent Chiefs offense, especially considering they just lost a huge part of their offensive line in Eric Fisher, torn Achilles, and with how Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett played, getting across the tackles of the Green Bay Packers, I would say it's really not a good look right now for the Chiefs, considering Mahomes probably have to get the ball out really fast, kind of limiting their deep play opportunities. Of course, the Chiefs are going to adjust. Again, they're the number one seed, the best team in the NFL for a reason. They don't just stick to one game plan. They're not going to be like, oh, the Bucs have actually adjusted to our game plan. Let's just do the same thing, because they'll probably stop it. They're probably going to adjust their game plans. They have two of the best coaches in the NFL, and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, and I think obviously they'll adjust. But what I'm saying is, right now we're at the point where we can't really count out that Bucs defense, considering how good they are at all 3 levels of the field, and they have a good head coaching staff. And the reason why I picked the Bucs, if you watch the predictions video, is that they can combine with a good defense that, in my opinion, can at least neutralize Patrick Mahomes temporarily, with a good offense led by the greatest of all time and great weapons on the offense. But that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe again. We really appreciate it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Tell me what you think of the video. If you want to leave a hate comment, by all means. But I really appreciate you for watching. If you have any advice, I appreciate it. And thanks for watching.